Get in here, cuz it looks like Beyonce is not the innocent girl that we thought she was, because she just got exposed for allegedly ordering Jay-Z to unalive his infamous pregnant mistress, Cathy White. All this comes after Jaguar Wright's recent interview when she went in on Beyonce and spilled the tea about what Beyonce and Jay did to Cathy, according to Jaguar. Not only did Beyonce make Jay take Cathy out, but she allegedly took out the baby Cathy was carrying out of her before taking her out, and that baby is none other than Blue. Yeah, y'all heard that right. Apparently, Beyonce faked her pregnancy while Cathy was carrying Blue. And as soon as it was time for Cathy to push that baby out, Jay unalived Cathy and handed the baby over to Beyonce child. This some sort of demonic mess Jaguar is, not letting up on Beyonce. And she even came through with receipts to prove what she was saying, cause she knew folks would call her crazy before even hearing what she had to say. Let's get right into this mess, because there's a lot to get into here. Okay, so for those of y'all who don't know who Cathy was, she was Jay-Z's alleged mistress, and she died just a few days after it was reported she was about to go public with her relationship with Jay. All this came to light when the very popular journalist Liz Cronin jumped on Twitter to expose Jay of being behind Cathy's death. What made this allegation even more disturbing is that back in 2017, she had to put up a tweet accusing him of taking Cathy out. But nobody took her seriously at the time when Kanye West says Jay-Z has, I believe he's talking about the people who Cathy White. Please, don't sit him at my head just. Call me, mind you, Liz made this tweet all the way back in 2017 when nobody had any reason to think Jay was out here taking folks' lives. However, after what Diddy did was exposed, she came back out and accused Jay once again of having a hand in Cathy's dead. She quoted her first tweet and said, "Note the day. Hey Jay-Z, I was the reporter who talked to your alleged mistress right before she died. The cell was deleted. I know everything. I know what you did. Go F yourself. Your time is coming. Maybe you and Diddy can share a prison. Cell together, justice is coming," she added. It's only a matter of time before spirit cooking Jay-Z is exposed like Diddy. There's a reason Kanye said Jay got murderers. I would know he's evil to the core. I pray there will be justice for Cathy White. One day these false idols will continues to fall, mark my words. After Liz put all this out there, people started digging to find out just how far this entire thing goes. Not only that, but at the time of Cathy's death, it was reported that she died from a brain aneurysm. But from everything that Liz said, it looks like it was just a cover-up. Jay paid the pathologist to make it up, so it looks like the real cause of Cathy's death won't be revealed. People even found this since deleted article that the popular blogger Hollywood Street King made in Day, and he spilled some major tea. He pretty much made this case his mission, and even went as far as to speaking to some of the feds who were in charge of investigating Cathy's death to get information about what really happened. Hollywood Street King was actually the one who broke the story about Cathy and Jay's affair. So this was very personal to him, and he did not hold back. The article read, said yesterday, I got the news that Cathy Michelle White had suddenly passed away. So I quickly began my investigation, and guess what? Cathy did not die from a brain aneurysm, as reported widely around the internet today, according to an NYPD detective who told me Cathy's cause of death is uncertain, and later today we will have the autopsy and toxicology reports. Right now, the death is considered suspicious. Cathy White died exactly 1 year to the day from when I broke the story of Jay-Z's affair. He added, a 911 call came in from an apartment on 130 West 19th Street in Manhattan. Ambulance came and took Cathy because she was sick. They took her to the Beth Israel Hospital, and that's where she expired. It was too early to be speculating. Then aneurysm her. They will be doing an autopsy today to check out her cause of death. But someone might have given Cathy a bad, so they'll do a toxicology. And we'll have to wait 2 weeks for that report, 2 weeks prior to her death. See, Cathy was contacted by a major tabloid that was investigating the Jay-Z connection. She gave them little information to go on. But according to one of our sources, following her conversation with the tabloid, she called Jay and told him that she was going to go public with their affair for a price. That's all. happened in the last 2 weeks then, little more than 48 hours after the announcement that Beyonce was pregnant with Jay-Z's baby. This young lady suddenly dies under suspicious circumstances. He also added these photos of CLY Jordan and Cathy cutting it up with Jay in the club just months before her death. Apparently, Cathy was best friends with Claudia, and it was actually Claudia who introduced Cathy to Jay. Unfortunately, Hollywood Street King wasn't able to go any further with this investigation, but Jaguar Wright steed into the chat a few months ago and she lit this whole thing on fire with some new information. She first spoke about this when she went live on IG and said that Cathy did not die from a brain aneurysm and that she was brutally unmoved from her home. She flat out accused Jay and Beyonce of being responsible for this and said Cathy spent her last minutes screaming for her life. Jaguar also claims the reason why Jay took Cathy out is because Beyonce was jealous. And if he wasn't going to take Cathy out, then Beyonce was going to take matters into her own hands and do it herself.
Cathy White's life was taken unfairly. She actually died screaming, and the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? And maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brand, see? I mean, I'm just speculating.
Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend?
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Cathy White.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress,
yeah,
who died of an imaginary aneurysm, just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the f was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is you. And the boss's boss don't get no f. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get f***ed over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. You right, I go to Diddy parties. So walk mother out, because ain't nobody stopping me when I come. Weirdo. Don't get no what you got in your head, that neural link. You'll never outthink me. Ever. All I do is frustrate your AI. You can't quantify me. You can't even control your wife. You gonna handle a bitch like me. You can't even control that goofy. You should have did a better job. Maybe she wouldn't have had to lose her mind on Cathy. Because you ain't protecting you. You're protecting her.